There's this great beach in Laguna Beach called Three Arch Bay, and it's like in a community, so not many people can go there. It's super nice. It's where Emily lives, or lived, and it's just beautiful. I love going there. It's really secluded, and it's really nice and peaceful. And then actually in Laguna Beach too is awesome Mexican. I could eat Mexican food all day. One of the best places in Laguna Beach is this place called La Serena. I love it. I could eat that stuff every day. That's my favorite.
I actually lived in San Clemente for 11 years, so I was always by the beach. I loved it there, serving all the good stuff. Nico's Tacos. That was really, really good Mexican food.
Yeah.
Remember Brick by Brick? Remember?
The last Adelita show in December. San Diego.
Okay, never mind. We'll talk about this later. I can't think right now. Sorry.
Favorite restaurant would have to be one of the many hole-in-the-wall Mexican places that in California. That it's just they're all great. And then there's Shitsingumi, which is a really good ramen place. And favorite beach?
You got it.
This beach so much, as you can tell.
Favorite beach? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Probably Huntington, because that's the place I've been the most. Huntington Beach.
The White Sand Beach in Carmel, California. That's where I'm from. I grew up there before I moved to where we live now. And, my favorite spot to eat there is a place called Little Napoli. It's the best Italian food I have ever had in my life, and every time I go there, it's always incredible. Only he and I knew each other as kids. We didn't meet. He didn't meet them until they were in high school, and we didn't meet Blake until we were already in our 20s. But his childhood memories with Robert, I think my favorite childhood memory is he was having a birthday party at his house, and a friend of ours, it's still a friend of ours, Nicole, was there, and a bunch of other friends from that time period, and it was cool because it was a pool party, and it was just a really fun day. And I remember because we put the boat in the pool. Yeah, we put a boat. And we put they had a rowboat, and we put it in the pool, and we were just, that's awesome. I don't know, and there's actually a photo of he and I, that his mom still has from that day. So that's probably one of my favorite childhood memories.
I actually remembered, it was after we graduated high school, it was your graduation / birthday party, and that was the first time we
that was
played
the first
together.
time we actually did.
And it was just a last minute thing in his backyard.
Because I didn't know the song. Apparently, we were jamming the chord progression. I just wasn't aware.
I knew how to play it, and I was just like, you just do this, and it was just pretty simple. I know you knew what the song was. You'd heard it before.
I don't think so.
Really? Yeah, you did.
I didn't listen to a lot of Creedence until I started. This started.
And it was just a little off the cuff sort of thing, and it was. I think about that all the time because I was saying this earlier today. I think about how monumentally important that 15 minutes was. I didn't see him again until I called him to be. I asked him to jam to be in the band. So it is really scary to think that I could have easily had to go pee, or wanted to eat something, or didn't feel, or just left instead. I think about that all the time. And I think about where the hell would I be if I hadn't decided to go sit in that room for a while.
I went to a different high school freshman year, and then I transferred, and that's where I met him. So if I didn't transfer schools, I probably wouldn't be here. So pretty crazy.
First time Greg ever came, wearing his shorts. I'll never forget you and
tank top and shorts.
Yeah, tank top was great.
Awesome. I was like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And is he really trying to be in a rock band right now?
You were a little lower now, but when you first joined the band, you used to have the bass way up, way the hell up, and you play it up here.
I thought you were gonna start playing like the most hipster stuff I'd ever heard. Honestly, it was so.
I made it even better.
I remember the first thing we actually like played, and then it was the moment where you were just like, okay, I understand why.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Because he knew how to play Coffee Shop by Red Hot Chili Peppers, and the bass part is just
dumb.
It's dumb. It's dumb. Yeah, it's the perfect way to say it. I think another one is the first time we wrote Mountain Man, the single we have out, because that was just such a stupid.
It just happened in like
thing.
15
We wrote
minutes.
it in like 15 minutes, and it was all of us together.
And I just remember it being so funny and us laughing a lot because of how stupid it was. We just thought, dumb is a good thing for us. When things are dumb, we're like, this is fucking stupid, let's do it. Musically, this is how we all sort of found each other, was like, how stupid can we make this, and how amazing is it when it's done, So I remember a lot of that.
when we finally figured out the bridge for Turning Blue, that was
like coming.
It took us like 6 months to write one part that ended up only being 2 chords, and today it makes me so mad. It is what it is. It's funny.
Well, see, the Hideout was interesting because the Hideout is a good memory for me because you know what the band Bad Flower is. So this band, for whatever reason, they took interest in us because we played like this weird one-off show with them, our first show ever.
It
was such a bizarre show, and like why they were there because they were technically much bigger than that venue, and it was very strange. But like they ended up taking a liking to us, and they invited us to come to their personal studio and record a music video, like a live version of it,
And they were the ones who got us into LA.
We opened for them our first time in the Viper Room.
Yeah, that was still one of the best Viper Room shows today.
It was just important, for us as trying to actually be a band and stuff. And I like that memory because I just remember it being a lot of fun. It was a very innocent period. I like to think about it that way because we knew them when they were in a different place in their lives, and we were in a different place in our lives, and it was and they got signed to Republic, and all this other stuff happened for them, and now we're here, and it's just sort of, I look back at that video and I think about that day, and I think about what that video would do for us, because that was like our first professional shot. Like they did it for free, watching fireworks come out. And it was just absolutely like.
And same thing goes for the whole Fullerton College experiment. This amazing guy named Doc Goldstein. Doc Goldstein took us in just because he liked our music, and he just recorded a couple songs for free for us. It was so nice, and he had the whole audio engineering class.
At master class.
All of his interns, there were like a whole class of like maybe 12 kids just helping us out for free. It was so cool.
That was really cool.
And we had some great cameramen. For the Sleep Who Stomp video, we had a guy who would shoot our Mountain Man video. His name's Jordan Wolfbauer, and he's a class act fucking guy. And he's got a great eye for all of that. And then we had Kyle Sinagra and Gabriel Arney, these two students from I can't remember a university in Southern California, and they shot our video pretty much for nothing. And we've been lucky to have people that are just like completely available to do some. They just want to help us because they enjoy the art that we make. It was sort of like suddenly, we didn't really feel it until we actually, when we were in New York City earlier on our tour with Fozzy, when we went into Atlantic for the first time. That was when we actually felt that. I know for them, because we talked about it, we were just like, this is it.
It's like, all right, we're doing it now. This is real.
Really serious.
We're in an office.
There were records of like Bruno Mars and like
Ray Charles. everyone that you could think of is like, there they are. They were all here, for this stuff, and it's like, wow.
To be in the same room as all that.
Oh yeah.
Really crazy.
Suddenly it wasn't like you're not just competing in a local level anymore. You're like our A&R guys, like now you're competing with the world, and it's like this. That's a very massive thing to consider.
I used to be, like, when I was maybe 9 or 10, I was a huge WWE fan.
Yeah.
And I think The Big Show was my favorite wrestler. The
Big
Show. He made everyone look so tiny. It was just funny. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I didn't watch enough of it to really have a good idea of it, but when I did see it, I enjoyed it.
Indeed.
Isn't there a wrestler that's like? Yeah, actually, Hulk Hogan.
Listen
And
to his CD.
He created an amazing masterpiece of an album. Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan has an album.
What's it called?
The Traveling Boots Band or something.
Yeah.
Check out the
Just
tracks.
look up Hulk Hogan.
Hulkster in Heaven.
It's amazing.
Featuring the best MIDI horn ever. And
Beach Patrol.
And Beach Patrol is cool, but the real shit is that I Want to Be a Hulkamaniac.
Oh,
that one is great.
Yeah.
Right.
I love it.
You get to hear Hulk Hogan rap.
Wow.
Honestly, it's not even like a kiss-ass thing. Chris Jericho was my guy when I was growing up, because when I played WWE, the PS2 game, I was always Chris Jericho.
Yeah. Awesome.
Because you wanted to do the walls of Jericho. That was the finishing move. And that was like what me and my cousins used to do. So it was very weird eating. I remember like the second day I was at the catering table, and he comes up and I'm just eating shit with him, and it's just standing there, and it was just the weirdest feeling of being like, and I just told him like, yeah, I used to play as you in the video game.
Boredom. God.
Antisociality and boredom.
Guitar Hero 3.
Yeah.
Seriously,
That's what got me into that kind of music.
Guitar Hero 3. But like honestly, just like feeling really lost in life. As cheesy as that sounds, but you try and find stuff that you're good at when you're a kid to feel important, or like to feel like you don't suck at everything. When you find something that you don't totally suck at, it's like inspiring a little bit, So doing that was like feeling the gratitude from that made it like a clear choice in my mind that it's what I had to do with my life.
Absolutely.
And I know it's the same for all of us too.
Purpose. So you didn't have one before, then suddenly you have a thing, and you're like, I can actually do that.
Yeah.
And not everyone can. That's an important feeling.
It's something you like too.
Yeah. It's fun, and it's like coming.
Arnold.
It was just, I don't even know what you would call it. There was wasn't there comedy and other stuff?
It was like a variety
spoken
show.
word.
It was basically like an open mic night.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone anticipated what we were going to do.
Fucking happen.
Destroy everyone's ears.
It's amazing. There's a video of that we have, and the guy's like, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Joyous Wolf, and you hear like a couple loose claps, and then right after that he's like, and by the way, if anyone wants to use the bathroom,
It's so amazing. Yeah.
And then it's amazing too, because Robert's the room was super echoey.
Yeah, the room was basically a gigantic echo chamber.
Yeah.
It was like a place you took pictures of cars, and it was all white, and it was it was dug out, and I had to play really quiet, or else everyone's ears would die. And they had chairs up right next to all the.
I just remember these three girls. I'll never forget these three girls that were there to do. No, not even. They were just there because I just remember you turned your volume pedal up, and it went, and the feedback started, and we were just like.
Yeah.
Gypsies.
Band of Gypsies is amazing. My favorite live album of all time is by one of my favorite bands called The Devil Makes Three. They're like a trio, bluegrass, like country or like really dark country band from Santa Cruz. And they have this album I listen to all the time called Stomp and Smash. It's a live album, and every song on that album from that set list is like flawless. It's perfect. And I love it so much.
Band of Gypsies, for sure.
Band of Gypsies and King of the Jams, MC5. It's a live record.
Power, Love, Peace. James Brown live at the Olympia Theater, 1971. Who?
Tame Impala.
That'd be cool. I'm joking.
Stone Temple Pilots or Alice in Chains would be cool.
Yeah, I
Rival
think
Sons would be cool.
Rival Sons would also be great.
Rival Sons.
That would be great.
Rival Sons.
Greta Van Fleet.
Or Greta Van
Beating that.
That'd be fun.
The Who with The Who with everyone alive, yeah, you know, and young. I would love that. Would be absolutely, yeah. I mean, with Keith Moon and John Entwistle still alive, that would be incredible. Fucking Queen with Freddie, my God.
I'd like to see Sabbath and Zeppelin on the same bill. That would be disaster.
God. That would
in
be
a great way.
amazing. Or Van Halen with Hagar.
yes.
I mean, not Hagar.
No.
David Lee Roth back in the day,
Roth.
like in the early days.
Soundgarden.
Soundgarden.
Yes.
Love to see Soundgarden.
We were a year too late to see Soundgarden, so it was quite a disappointment.
Alice in Chains. OG Alice in Chains.
Oh yeah, Nirvana.
Original Alice in Chains.
Nirvana.
Oh, Nirvana would have been.
Nirvana, because that's really what they were about. Was their
Seeing Dave Grohl that young,
Man.
drums.
Them Crooked Vultures. I would love to see that because Dave Grohl needs to play drums.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I said the Doors, and I think one more would be the Beatles. Let's see the Beatles.
I want to see John Lennon just like scream at the top of his lungs.
Yes.
That would, oh my God.
Like the early '60s Beatles, like the little Beetlejuice Beatles.
Yep.
Yeah.
We all take on that role when we're in the studio, like we all have our own ear for a little bit of other people's parts, but mostly our own, and then we think of the big picture all together.
I mean, we can't turn the knobs, but we know what we want to hear.
But we know exactly what we want to hear, and we're usually all on the same page, and we all have great instincts and really good ideas.
Thankfully, our engineer speaks dumbass, so we're like.
Oh yeah, Mike Plotikoff is
He's
a gift from God. He's amazing. More records.
More
Seriously,
touring.
just as much music
touring.
out as we can.
Maybe a tour bus if we get
Our
really
own
lucky.
reality
we
show.
get really lucky.
Sorry,
No
Robert's
reality.
own reality show
Okay,
called
Robert's.
Robert.
What I hope is that in 5 years there's even more rock bands.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
please.
Yes.
If you're a rock band, come and kick our ass.
If you think you can play rock and roll, just fucking do it and don't
Think about it. Just do it.
Yeah, just
do it.
fucking do it.
Jump off
don't
the cliff.
listen to anyone. Just
Yes,
do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Don't follow any rules.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just do it. Just Google Joyous Wolf. If you want to follow us on any of our other Instagram or Twitter, it's at Joyous Wolf Music. Honestly, if you Google us online, joyouswolf.com, you'll find us. We're the only thing with that name.
I want them to take away the fact that what just happened kind of feeling. I want them to take away a feeling of unpredictability and excitement and in the moment energy.
Yeah, especially just the very broad live energy that's feeding off the audience, getting back at us.
Same with them.
I want them to take away the experience that they interacted with 4 people instead of like it being a thing and being like you went over to someone's house and you had a good time, you know, and I want there to be an experience had, and I hope that they come out with it knowing that we will never think that we're better than them, and we only appreciate them, and I want them to know us. You know, that's why I like to go into the crowd and I like to interact with them, because I want them to know that I'm with them every step of the way. I'm not above them, I'm with them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm Nick.
Hey, I'm Robert.
I'm Greg.
I'm Blake.
We're Joyous Wolf, and you need to check this stuff out on acutiepie.com.